All right, here we are. We're going to go down to the family information form. Now, this is really important that you fill this out first because actually a lot of the information is needed on our end, even while you're going through the application process. So please start here with the family information form. So we'll take a look. So initially, this is some information that is really important for us to have. So first, we'll start with the student identification number. Now, this is only applies if your student is from Seattle Public Schools, but it's important that you give us an accurate ID number for Seattle Public Schools. So this helps us with our coordinating with Seattle Public Schools, both in terms of if your student completes the program, getting credit for half of an elective credit going towards high school, things like that. For our purposes, it's really important that we have this accurate. If your student is not enrolled in Seattle Public Schools, just enter 6 zeros. So you do have to put something here. If they're not in Seattle Public Schools, just put 6 zeros. We have a student email address. If your student doesn't have an email address, that's okay. You can just leave this blank. Same goes for the cell phone. If they have one and you want to put it in here, great. If not, it's totally fine. In household one, the primary household, you'll fill out this information. This is good for us to have on hand as well. It will be helpful too for bus routes, which you'll see in just a minute. There's an option for a second household. So that would be if your student maybe splits time between multiple households, maybe there's a divorce in the family, something like that, or they just live in another household as well, then you would fill out this second household. And again, if that's not the case, you can just leave it blank. And down here, we ask if necessary, please describe any living circumstances or situations that we should be aware. So again, that might be if the student lives in more than one household, then that's helpful for us to know because it might affect, who's picking them up or where they're getting dropped off. And if that changes, we need to know that. Another thing to know is that during the summer, we send out really important information, like sometimes if there's a bus route delay, something like that, via text to student and parent guardian cell phones. So if you are submitting that information to us, it's really helpful because you can stay updated for these things. You're automatically enrolled in that, but if for some reason you don't want that information, then you can click over here to opt out. Moving on down to bus transportation. LEAP provides free bus transportation within the greater Seattle area. So what you'll want to do here is choose the best bus stop for your family where your student would be picked up in the morning and dropped off in the afternoon. So you've got sort of depending on which area of the city you live in, you'd click the drop-down menu. There's a lot of options that are public schools, libraries, different community centers. We've really tried to space it out so that there are options for everyone. And then again, as before, if your student lives in multiple households during the summer, this is a place where you would indicate if that is the case and if they would need a different bus stop, say on certain days, that kind of thing. So if you answered yes, you would select the second bus stop you prefer. If not, just leave it blank. Then again, not everybody needs a bus transportation. So if you have an alternate plan, please let us know here. So this would be like, if you're going to be driving your student, if they're close enough to walk, that kind of thing. A little bit further on, just some general information that's helpful for us to know, just to please fill that out completely. And then to select your student's current school, and then the school that your student will most likely attend in fall 2020. We know sometimes that changes, but it's also useful for us to have on hand just to know as much as possible. Once you're finished with that, you'll click the continue button and it will tell you that you successfully completed the form, or you might want to view, it'll say you can view application and it'll take you back to the home page. All right, so I clicked that we are coming back to the home page. And again, I just wanted to reiterate how important it is for you to fill out the family information form first before you move on to other aspects of the application. And just keep in mind that on our end, the deadline is April 1st, and we will be getting back to you about decisions by May 1st.